Hey everybody, this is Alzorath, and sometimes you just have to play with your balls. Yes, I actually like incremental games, and I was told that I get to play with my balls on stream. We're probably going to have that be a theme today, but we've got Fall Ball Fall here, and well, the goal is to get these balls down as far as possible and get as many points as possible. Standard incremental game stuff. This was actually part of an incremental game jam. I will have a link to it down below. It's over on Itchio. It is not available on Steam yet. I don't know if they're going to release it on Steam, but they do plan to release a whole version for mobile, so that should be interesting. If they do release a Steam version, I recommend a full screen. This may look slightly blurry. It's because I'm upscaling it. Yay. Let's go ahead and shrink ray. Now, I do know a little bit about this game. Just a little bit, because I have seen other people play it because it was recommended to me, and I was like, okay, let's give it a try. So we're going to start with the shrink ray. The goal, like I said, is to get these balls down the hole. So we're going to go ahead and get a handful of nice little lasers to do their work. We're also going to get this and double their range so that we have at least a decent chance of getting them to go down the hole. Now, there is prestige and stuff like that, of course. There's also reset balls and all that kind of fun stuff. So we're going to probably want to get an extra one down here just to speed that process up a little bit. And over here in the prestige, you get all towers and upgrades gain resets all towers and upgrades to gain golden balls. Ball 1 requires $100, ball 2 requires $200. So it's an escalating amount. You need astronomical amounts to get lots of golden balls, but you could also just farm it really quick by just doing one ball at a time and zipping through it rather quickly. I'm not going to do that. I am instead going to be a bit of a dork and go for even more lasers. Now, as soon as we get like maybe 2 or 3 gold balls starting out, we're going to want to do that because that unlocks more levels over here. You may notice this side's a little bit blank. You may also notice my mouse disappears whenever it goes into the void. That is just because that is the edge of the window. I don't have the full screen version of this. I don't know if anybody really does. Some of the people that I've saw it on seemed to, but I can't actually full screen this. I've tried a few different methods. It didn't work for me. So we've got that going. Do I want some of these sideball? Yeah, we'll go ahead and grab that. Why not? We could increase the damage they do. Right now, we're doing okay. I think the goal is going to be to get this one next, though. That way we can have pretty much everything going in. I don't think there is a dead zone we cannot reach on this. I know there's different weapons, and I know that you can only have one weapon in any instance. So basically, you have Shrink Ray here. Let's go ahead and get that one so it starts working. You won't be able to have it in any of the further down spots. If you have, I know there's a magic one that creates little rings on the field that does do damage. If you have that here, you can't have it further down kind of situation. So you have to pick and choose what you're going to be putting in there on each one. Am I going to do a good job at it? God, no. That's just, that's not what we do here. I derp, and then we somehow still make it. That's just the rule of thumb for this channel. Let's go ahead and get some double damage going. Now, each of these upgrades, this one has double damage, this one multiplies range by 2, this one targets the 2 closest balls, this one fires the same target over time will increase its damage. That's absolutely useless to us now because, well, we don't have enough going in here. And we have deal 5% of total size on initial impact. So basically, whenever it shoots it, it does 5% of its life, which is a significant amount, but we're going to pretty much save up until we get 2 golden balls. At least, maybe 3. We're currently just zipping along through these. I think I might actually put it at 2. We'll see. I don't remember what the golden ball upgrades are like or how much they cost. We do want to get the next level, and we do want to get the next weapon. I know that. I'm going to take a drink real quick as I accidentally whack my microphone with my metal cup. Yes, it's an insulated cup. But sipping coffee while shrinking balls is definitely a good pastime. Let's go in prestige for 2. I think. Because each of these is only worth $2. We have to shrink a lot of balls to do that. So we're going to go in prestige for 2. Confirm. And now we have the gold ball shop. We have the ball drop rate, we have the shrink ray beam, and we have new stage for 2. We're not going to be able to do the new stage because we only have one weapon. So I am going to take the ball drop rate, and I'm going to take another weapon so we can actually test it out. Let's go with magic. Let's go ahead and this one I don't think matters where we buy them. Let's go ahead and get increase hex circle size, I think. And we'll just get this to get even more of them. Right now, they can't overlap. Like, whenever they're overlapped like that, they don't do extra damage, which kind of sucks. But I think we'll eventually get it to the point where they're going to be zipping through here. But now we have more speed on the drops. I probably should not have gone with magic the first time, but I want to learn how it works. That is how we go with things. Goodness. Yeah, exploding balls will... Ooh, they'll explode whenever they shrink to their smallest size. We're going to have to actually save up some resources here. Thankfully, this is going fairly quickly. We're starting to build it up because we've actually been shrinking a decent number of these with the 4 nodes that we bought. So we'll be able to get the next upgrade pretty quick. The question is, do we want to go damage times 2 or they can stack? I think we go with them being able to stack. That way, any of them that get in the overlap go down faster, and our next upgrade will be double damage. Zip them through. They're starting to move. Obviously, there's going to be upgrades we can get later that make this go a little bit smoother. There are upgrades to the weapons. I know that. The other one has a beam that shoots straight up. I think this one's a chain lightning effect. I don't remember what the other ones are. I know that there's a handful of weapons. I think there's like 3 or 4 stages, and you have a weapon that you can put into each. Now, is it the optimal weapon when you get it? I don't think so. Because I've only seen this stage and the second stage as far as, like, spoiling myself. I know there's other ones because, you know, you can hover over the little scroll bar right down here on the video. You can see where my mouse is. If you move it down there, you'll get a scroll bar. You can kind of hover over and see where things go. So we are going to just nuke everything. We're up to 60. We should get something as soon as it pops up down here. We should get a decent chunk of money. There you go. 72. Almost there. Do we want more of these since they can overlap? Maybe. I want to get one more of these so we can get the smallest size one so it can do some AoEs. Because as soon as like that one shrinks to its smallest size, it's going to boom and hit everything else. Although it doesn't seem to be doing that. There's one. Those did not get to their smallest size. That looked like their smallest size. Fine, we'll get another one of these. Shrink them quickly, my friends. Shrink them quickly. Because we want to get at least 2 golden balls, if not 3 or 4. Oh, we didn't actually grab that. Why did I clicked on it. Okay. There. Now you explode when you get smalls. And boom. That basically is for clearing out this bottom part. 250 for the next upgrade is kind of expensive. We probably should have gone with lasers. Let's go and get another one of those guys. Obviously, with just one zone, we can dump as much as we want into these. The cost to buy a node goes up for all of them. All of the stages. Whenever you get one of these. So that can be a little bit rough. I might put some music in the background, by the way. It is dead silent. We'll find out soon enough. It'd probably be through the YouTube music library, though. So don't expect it to be great music if I do. If not, it'll be dead silence, and you get to listen to the savory sound of my voice. The savory voices in my head? That's a whole different deal. That's only for channel members. You only get to hear the voices in my head then. No, I don't actually do anything exclusive to video members. The thing that video membership actually gets you on YouTube is that you get access to the videos early. So you got access to this one a few days early. Woo! I don't lock anything behind a permanent paywall. And also you can just support. It's $1 a month. And that is, as they say, that. Or as Mation says. And that, as they say, is that. Okay, so we have 2 balls. I want one more. So we need like 300 gold. So I'm going to go ahead and get probably another hex upgrade. Or do we get another one? No, we'll just get more of these. More rings to rule them all. Because it's cheaper and it's an extra circle for shrinking stuff down. I do want to get the double damage one, though. That's our next upgrade. And that is going to be cheaper than getting another orb in here for launching the glyphs of doom. They're doing okay. They're not as good as the lasers. We probably should have stuck with the shrink rays. It goes meter, millimeter. I think it's like decameter or something like that. It goes down pretty quick. So we'll see what happens with it. I don't remember what word it was on there because I only saw it in the preview. I think it was decameter. I could be wrong. But this is definitely a wake up, have my coffee kind of game. So what happens is we don't move our mouse very much. Nah. There we go. We'll put it over there so you can actually see whenever I'm touching my mouse while I'm playing with my balls. Someone's going to have that on speaker and be just like, I'm sorry. I don't do euphemisms very well. I'm a nerd, not some kind of sultry voice actor whispering in your ear. Yeah, it doesn't work that way. Okay, so we're almost there. We'll have our upgrade to 2 times damage, and we'll see how much that speeds us up. I want to get the upgrade for the magic. I want at least 3 balls before we reset. That's my entire goal right now. We're only 10 minutes in. That's actually pretty decent progress. Can I click on there? There we go. Now they should start going down fast. Pretty much we want to be set up to where we just are zipping through everything like crazy. Now, do I need them coming down fast enough to actually clear this? No. I just need to have them going down fast enough that they can feed the next level. That is the whole point of this. You are developing a chain of these that you get money from each level of the chain. So for this one, every ball that goes through gets us $2. And then for the next one, every ball that goes through, I think gives us, if I remember correctly, it's 125. It's a massive increase. So that is one reason why things will speed up whenever we get there. I do want to get one more set of balls. We should be able to get that fairly quickly. It's gotten at, oh yeah, money till next gold ball, 174. We should get there relatively quick. We only need to get just a pinch more. Let's go ahead and get another one of you. And no, it doesn't matter if you spend the money. Total money earned, 854. I'm moving my fan. You might hear it in the background. It's hot as quote-unquote balls here. So, yeah. We kind of have to live with that. Oh, lordy. When does winter happen? Never. Global warming has caused me to never see shrinking balls again. Yeah. Come on, 42. That means, what, 21 more balls to go through? And they do go through in clumps. The balls tend to stick together. So, whenever one gets over them, you just see a whole bunch of them go down, and then we get 4 golden balls. Confirm. So, GB Shop. Let's go ahead and grab our new stage. We need 3 for the magic lightning, unfortunately, so we're just going to go ahead and grab the shrink ray. Now, as far as this next level, I know I want shrink ray here. I know I want magic here. This is going to be annoying, but it's going to make life about 1,000,000 times easier. So, we'll start up here. We'll start up with a couple of those, grab this. We'll go with... We'll go with hex circles can now stack first. And I don't think we can get any more of those. So it's going to be a little bit slow start. We're just basically shrinking the balls and getting $2 each. Now, the reason I don't put it on this one is because these are moving and jostling the balls. So whenever you're jostling the balls, they don't tend to stay in one spot for the little shrink ray, not the shrink ray, the thing to actually get through them. So it kind of sucks a little bit. You can see these are just targeting what they can. So they do have overlapping. So if they overlap, it's fine. And they do seem to an extent, favor the lower balls. Not entirely, but enough that it's fine. So there, now we have 21. So they are going to just do their thing up there slowly, and we're going to start in on these. Let's go ahead and put one there. We'll go ahead and get this and increase the range a little bit so it's constantly working. And, of course, the beam is going to be firing off every now and then. The beam just fires straight up. So it's not going to be doing a whole lot, but it's better than nothing. And it's going to be softening these up a little bit. So as far as where we want to put the next ball, I think we save up our resources. This one's just alive and trucking up here. It's fine. If we get to 25, it's a toss-up between getting a better shrink ray or getting more of these. Because even just one of these, 125, that is 62.5 of the balls above. So we don't really care as much about getting these down quickly as we care about getting these down quickly. So I think I am going to go ahead and go target 2 closest balls. So now it's actually hitting both of those. So it stops kind of bouncing between them. And there we go. That is much nicer. And hopefully it'll eventually get to the point where they can fall between these, and we'll get another one down here. Yeah, there we go. That's what we're talking about. Let them balls fall through. Okay, that's not bad. It's going to fall through. Now we have one there. I think this middle one can reach over here, so we need to get up to 32, which is just one more ball up here. I know. All they have to do is drop one of their circles right there, right where I'm waving the mouse. Come on, aim there, please. There you go. Good job. So we'll go ahead and take you, and that should guarantee that we start getting the more expensive balls down, which results in us getting way more money. We currently still have 0 balls. This should get us several unlocks. So we definitely want to go there. As far as the upgrades for the beam, double damage, double width, fire rate by 2, which makes it just shoot up faster. If only one ball caught in the blast, deal 4 times damage. That's not going to do much for us. And balls at full health take even more damage. But yeah, these two, that should give us 250 like right off the bat, which would let us speed this up. We don't need to though. We're not even saturated here yet. So I'm going to go with more nodes. There were like 3 in the middle. Grab you, and we're going to go with multiplying damage by 2. There we go. Nice. Now, we could go after getting these other balls at the bottom to speed up this part. Again, we're not saturating, though. It's pretty much always going to have 2 targets to mess with, so it doesn't look like it's hitting 4 targets yet. So I think we go ahead and continue getting more stuff down here, because these are worth so much more. So we want them feeding through a little faster. This one, we're keeping the millimeter saturated. It's fine. So constantly fires at nearest targets. Let's go ahead and... do we want wider beams, or do we want just another one? I think we just want another one. And now that we're starting to shrink these relatively quickly, we can move back up to the meter and possibly improve this one. Let's go ahead and take a couple upgrades there. We're going to go with exploding balls, increase hex circle size. And we'll go for E next. Yeah, make them last longer. That means they're going to be firing less often, but they're going to shrink everything in that spot a little bit faster. Now we need 1,024 for our next laser location, which kind of sucks. Let's go with... I'm going to go with these. I want to get them through this shifting nonsense first. That way we always have stuff coming down. This one will always have something to have like it can shoot at. So we'll go ahead and increase damage over time. And we'll increase the width of this, the fire rate by 2, and the damage by 2. That way we are hopefully going to start clearing this out. We're already at 8 balls of prestige. We're moving relatively quickly. I am actually kind of happy with how this one's going. As long as this one has balls feeding it, I am content. Now, one thing that I wish it did, and this is going to be a suggestion for whenever they release this as a mobile game, I would love it if you actually could see this clog feeding back up into here. Maybe add a little bit of a channel down here that goes down to a certain point. And then once you have, say, 100 balls down into the next layer and they're not moving down, have it start backing up. And then you just stop getting money from this one. That way you kind of have to make the decision of, I need to actually produce murder on the floor below whenever you get the next floor. Obviously, whenever you don't have a floor below, just have it just do its own thing. Okay, do we go for this? You know what? Yeah, let's go for that first. We should start getting these zipping down relatively quickly. Then we can start getting this one. We're currently at 12 golden balls. I'm mildly tempted to prestige already, but I want to go a little bit further. I just want to get just a pinch further. 4,096. We're actually at a point where we should probably buy one of these down here because we're sitting at more than 2 balls almost constantly. And we are getting the money to actually do that. Personally, I do think Shrink Ray is probably one of the best one of the best weapons in the game that I have seen. So, and yes, I've seen the spinner. I think the spinner is good for this level because you're almost constantly touching balls. But with the spinner, you have to get the 2 side ones, I think. Because I don't remember the range of it. Up to 16, we're 1,000 away. We do get 1,000 pretty fast. So I'm going to let that keep running. We're going to just chill a little bit. And we'll take an upgrade to these whenever we can. But yeah, you can see that is churning through the thousands easy. So getting this early milking probably for the best. That way we can unlock as much as possible on the prestige. That's usually one of the things I go for whenever I do incremental games, is I will try to push out a prestige a little bit if we're still able to get the next prestige at a decent pace. Right now we are getting this at a decent pace. So we're going to go with this one next. Because I don't think we care about either of those two right now. We just want more ball shrinkage. Just so that they don't get even like a chance to hang up down here. And that costs 1.6 E4, which is, I believe, 16,000. Yeah, that would be 16,000, wouldn't it? Yeah, because it's 1.6. As it pushes it 4 spaces over, I think. My brain is not completely awake yet. I'm recording this while waking up today for my recording sessions game, so this seemed like a good kind of just pick up in general. I have fun with it. So we're at 21 balls. How much is it to the next one? It is 392. Yeah, we'll get that relatively quick. Yeah, there we go. We're already at the next one. So do I keep pushing this prestige? Or do I add a new thing of interest? I think for efficiency's sake, we should just keep pushing it, but it's a big but, and I cannot lie. I think we might be able to make it go faster next time. Because we can get lightning on these. Which makes them able to just nuke everything. So we'll go up to 24 and then we'll prestige. There you go. 24. Yes. GB shop. Okay, we definitely want magic lightning. We want a new weapon splitter. We can't get the new stage with what we have left. We have 14 balls left. We're going to go ahead and get ball drop rate and starting money up. And then we'll get these bottom ones next. So, I do think magic on the first floor is where we want to be. So let's go ahead and we'll do 2. Do an upgrade and do larger size, stacking hexes, and that. We'll go for a couple more. That should get them rolling because they actually already have chain lightning. Let's go ahead and get chain lightning upgraded. Additional chain, energy surge. Each chain deals 50% more damage than the last. Ooh, multiples fire rate by 2. I think we go with that. And that for now. We'll actually upgrade it another time in the very near future. We're going to go with the... Let's go with the splitter. Let's see what that actually does. We'll put you there. Oh, sorry, slicer. Doesn't seem to be doing anything. Doubles the fire rate. Oh. This I like. So it's going to just be cutting them down in half. So we can't get the next stage, but we now know how this one does. I don't think we're going to be getting as high of a prestige on this one. So let's go with another multiply fire rate. And we'll do with cuts into 3 pieces. And we're going to go with split by 10. And then we'll grab like a handful more of these. Because they're relatively slow. And I don't know their range. The range seems relatively small as well, which kind of sucks for us. There we go. Now they should be, yeah, sending stuff through. There we go. Actually, we're making okay progress. So I'm going to go ahead and get upgrades on chains. We're going to get upgrades on damage with that. And that is absolutely zipping through these, so we don't have to even worry about that stage. I think we're actually going to run out of balls to kill on that one. We are at a situation where I just need to fill in these slots, just so they're slashing away more of these guys. Because you can see we have a clog right there. As soon as that starts de-junking itself, we should be fine. Oh, we have already gotten 23 golden balls. This is faster than before by a huge margin because we were getting thousands. Okay. That one is going at a decent pace. I'm going to go ahead and get all of them here. We have this max upgraded. They're just not feeding it through. We get like a surge every now and then. So do we want to go ahead and just get upgrades on these? Why not? There you go. And yeah, they do just go in bursts as the slashes down here actually start working on stuff. I don't know if they target the smallest one. We're at a point where this is just like they're diving into the ball pit here, which is really strange that they're not actually targeting. Oh, they are targeting the stuff below them, just barely. We have a ton of small ones just intermixed with the normal ones. So each time we get an unlock, we just see a wave of tiny balls go through. That's why we're getting so much money from it. It's not that we have anything to really worry about money-wise. It's just they're all getting kind of clumped up, so they just come in massive waves. We don't have any other upgrades we can actually get either. So we could sit here and milk this. I think this is not a bad idea for the second stage. Yes, we do end up with just this weird ball pit thing going on. But I think with the upgrades we can get, it will work out fairly well for us on the next stage. And we can actually get the next stage with what we have. The GB shop, that is 15 for the new stage. 5 free towers is a nice one. That would be 35. Double damage is not bad, but I actually want... Let's see, 35 plus 10 is what? 45? I want 45 balls. So that's what we'll wait on for this one. We'll go to 45 balls, and then we will go down and get our third stage. I do hope that they include music and more stages in the final one. Just some basic licensed music. Make sure that it's royalty-free so people can play it on YouTube, that kind of thing. Usual, standard, good practice. Let's go ahead and GB shop. Doot, and a doot. And we'll do double damage on the last one. There's micrometer. Oh, it's not decameter, it's micrometer. Cool. So first stage, we're going with magic. And we're going to go ahead and get our 4 towers going. We'll go ahead and upgrade as much as we can here, which is going to be hex circle size. And they can stack. We'll even go for the double damage. So that'll start shoving stuff through to the millimeter. We go with the splitter here, because I think that worked out quite well last time. Go there, 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 and there. And now, actually, no, we'll just buy as many as we can here. There you guys go. Fire rate by 2, fire rate by 2. And we'll go with cuts into 3 pieces, just so we actually make more balls. Then we'll deal with the micrometer with a shrink ray. There you go. Start shrinking. Oh, these are with 777. Okay, multiplies range by 2. Closest ball 3 times. Sure, we'll take it. And then we're going to go ahead and take a handful over here on the left, I believe. And this is just churning. Let's go ahead and see what the buzzsaw does. Increase range by 50%. Nice. That feels like more like 3 times its size, but that's okay. For every ball being hit, increase the damage. Double damage when hitting balls smaller than 50% of original size. And we'll go ahead and just keep upgrading everything here. We want this one max upgrade. This one we can kind of wait a little bit on. Not like it hurts to upgrade it, but... yeah, the little bonus ones on them are so useful. There we go. Now that's zipping through. This one's zipping through. This one's clogged. So I think we want to go ahead and get this next and start upgrading our beam. And that is 10k to get that one. That's not bad. There we go. It's only 6k to get, 60k to get our next damage source. This will just churn through everything. It's fine. This one is zipping through just fine as well. So those are all set. Those I don't have to worry about. This one, not quite doing what we wanted to do just yet, but it's getting there. This is going to give us a good chunk of money once it starts running. And yeah, the range, I think, on these is going to be the best part of this one. The other ones, this one has the longest range, but it doesn't really do much consistent damage. This one is just perfect for this level. Whereas this one, I'm not sold on it yet. They do take a lot to bring down. So it might be better to have these in the bottom one with this in the middle one. Because these don't care how much life it has. They just chop it up and send it down. Whereas the lasers do just a flat amount of damage, it seems. So we need 13,000 for the next one. I'm going to grab this next. Obviously, we do want these two on the side going so we can actually take advantage of the beam. You can see this is not going down fast, even with all of our buffs on it. So I don't think this floor was the right one for this. I think ideally if we went to the max, we'd have this on the bottom floor. But I love having the spinny guys just chopping everything up. Do we gold ball for 71? You know what? Let's go ahead and gold ball for 71. We are going to do this in a way where I think it's going to be better. We're going to do magic. We're going to do shrink ray. We're going to do splitter. We're going to do magic up here. That means that we want 4 of these guys. We'll max out what we can with the hex. We'll even do some lightning bursts to make them zip stuff through faster. That's going to get us our initial starting bit of money. And then we'll go ahead and buy 2 or 3 of these guys and upgrade the laser so it multiplies the range by 2. And then buy 2 closest balls. That should start getting things through that one to get us the money to move on to the next floor. Because this one's going to be spinny boys. So we want there and there starting out. And we have 80, so let's go ahead and do multiply damage by 2. We're still not getting them through super fast. I think I want to go ahead and get more shooty laser guys. This one's going just fine. This one, shuttling them through as much as we could ever want. The trick is going to be the micrometers. I'm slightly curious if there's ever like an end game. I don't think there is. I don't think there's an end screen to this. Let's go ahead and make them stack just so that goes faster. Go with a... I'm going to go with the beam doing double damage and multiplies width by 2 and just get those going first. And then these 1024 for the next one should be fine. And then we'll start doing more upgrades and they should be down here. Oh, and they are getting down. Okay. We need 2,000 for our next upgrades at the bottom here. And yeah, see, these just literally chop them up. It's way, way better. Cut the ball into 3 pieces. Fire rate by 2. Fire rate by 2. We'll go ahead and get a range increase so it's constantly doing something. Get a couple down here doing their job. There you go. And that's a little bit faster than the others were. We need 8,000 for this one. Then we should be cleaning this one up relatively quickly. There we go. Boom. These clear them out of the top. These start ripping them up from the bottom. Especially since they do pretty decent chunks of damage. I'm going to go ahead and just get through all these. And grab all these going so they maximize. This one's going to get maxed out as well. Same for the beams, even though it doesn't matter. Yeah, getting the upgrades helps a bit. And then we can start just getting more of the balls done. I want to get these 2 side ones because they're getting stuck over there. You can see they do get chopped down. There we go. And now, I think I think our slowest point is going to be the middle one, yeah. This one doesn't need more slots. It is literally destroying everything. This one's a little bit of a choke point. I think we might possibly end up with this being the slow one. Even though it is still trickling them in, you can see that, yeah, this one is churning them through quite a bit faster. And now we have 109 gold balls and nothing to spend it on. I had fun with this. We have conquered it. We conquered it in under 30 minutes. Easy enough. But if you're looking for more of this, definitely keep an eye on the creator of this. Their name is Peachtree Oath. They have a few games. Oh, I did not mean to scroll with that. If I scroll with that, you get little white spots on the screen. But yeah, their name is Peachtree Oath. Peachtree Oath. Jeez, I can say that 10 times fast. But they did this for a game jam. This was just a quick thing that they made, and I felt like showing off because it shows that incremental games, if you want to get into making them, you don't have to go full tilt into something extreme to have something that is at least somewhat engaging to mess around with. This obviously closer to a demo level, but I look forward to seeing what else they make in the incremental space. But either way, keep gaming, have fun, peace out. This has been Alzorath. Bye.